Accordingly, troops will sustain the renewed vigor and momentum till the nation's crude oil production target is achieved and exceeded.
General Buba further stated that the ongoing operation across other parts of the country remain focused on defeating and killing the enemy wherever they are.
Troops neutralized 147 terrorists and arrested 381 of them. We also arrested 23 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 113 kidnapped hostages during the period under review.
The military high command, however, urged the citizens to collaborate with the armed forces to win the war against insurgency. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
In a significant step towards enhancing Nigeria's defense capabilities and achieving self-reliance in military hardware production, the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Defense. The Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, Kali Suleiman, says the signing of the MOU is in the quest to strengthen defense infrastructure through the indigenous innovations and technological advancement. Kikola Bakere completes the story.
During the MOU signing ceremony, the Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, Kali Sulaiman Alilu, highlighted the importance of the military industry complex as not just a strategic initiative but a national imperative. Kali emphasized that in the rapidly evolving global security environment, it is critical for Nigeria to position itself to address emerging threats and homegrown solutions.
The goal is to create a robust ecosystem that does not only support the needs of the armed forces, but also foster growth of the local industries, thereby reducing our dependencies on foreign imports.
It says the MOU represents the beginning of a long-term collaboration aimed at enhancing and creating a robust ecosystem that supports the need of the Nigerian armed forces while fostering the growth of local industries, thereby reducing reliance on foreign imports.
We can work together for the betterment of Nigeria. Today, NASENI, Ministry of Defense, and our parastatal, DICOM, is signing an MOU for the production of arms and ammunition, research and development in the areas of defense and military infrastructure.
The MOU represents the beginning of a long-term collaboration aimed at enhancing our defense capabilities through innovation and indigenous production. It is our firm belief that through this partnership we will lay the foundation of a self-reliant defense industry that can meet the needs of our armed forces and contribute to Nigeria's economic growth.
It is expected that the Memorandum of Understanding will elevate Nigeria's defense capability and contribute to the broader goal of national security and economic development. Stakeholders present to witness the signing of this landmark agreement include the Minister of State for Defense, Dr. Bello Mitawali, the Minister of Steel Development, Shuaibu Abubakar Audu, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Defense, Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, senior officers of the Armed Forces. Kelomo Ukeri, Global Television News.
The National Judicial Council have recommended Justice Kudirat Ekoing to be the next Chief Justice of Nigeria. The recommendation was made in its 106th meeting, which was presided over by Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olakoyede, who recommended Justice Kekere Okin to President Bola Tinubu for appointment as the next Chief Justice of the Federation. This is contained in the statement by the NJC Director of Information, Soji Oje. It says, this is imperative as Honorable Justice Olakoyede will formally bow out of office as Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria next week, Thursday, end quote. The National Emergency Management Agency has warned that 362 vulnerable communities and 14 local governments in Kano State are at high risk of flood. NEMA's Director General Zubida Omar made this known at the one-day stakeholders meeting in Kano. Omar was represented by NEMA Territorial Coordinator Kano Office Dr. Naruddin Abdullahi. He says the Nigeria Hydrological Service Agency has predicted a population of 3,749,200 were at risk of flood in the state. The Chairman Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, has called on security agencies to remain vigilant and ensure the smooth conduct of Edo and Ondo governorship elections. Yakubu made this call at the meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security in Abuja. A correspondent completes the story. The Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, emphasized on the need to protect the election materials, personnel and polling activities while reminding our security forces to adhere to the rules of engagement for electoral duties. Yakubu therefore urged political parties, candidates and their supporters to maintain civility as campaigns intensify, while emphasizing that peaceful campaigns are critical to ensuring peaceful elections in Edo and Ondo State.
For the security agencies, this is the time to be more vigilant. You should leave no stone unturned in dealing with any real or potential threat to the conduct of peaceful and transparent elections.
His remarks, the National Security Advisor, Nahu Rabidu, issued a stern warning cautioning against any attempt to disrupt the upcoming governorship election in Edo State. With the election just over a month away, Ribadu emphasized that the government is fully committed to ensuring peaceful and credible polls. The NSO, who also serves as co-chair of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, addressed the political tensions already surfacing in the state, noting the presence of inter- and intra-party dispute. Ribadu, represented by the Director of Internal Security in the office of the NSA, Hassan Abdullahi, stressed that any interference with the elections will be treated as an assault on the nation's democratic values.
And anyone attempting to disrupt the conduct of the elections will face the full wrath of the law. Law enforcement agencies are on high alert and ready to swiftly and decisively deal with anyone trying to undermine the polls.
The Edo and Ondo governorship polls is slated for September 21st, 2024 and November 16, 2024, respectively. Edikan Michael, Global TV News. The wife of Imo State Governor Chioma Uzodimma has called on women not to allow anyone be a barrier to breastfeeding their babies. At the 2024 World Breastfeeding Week in Owerri, the Imo State capital, the First Lady encourages women on exclusive breastfeeding. Global Television correspondent brings you the details.
Breastfeeding is often called liquid gold, and for a good reason. It provides essential nutrients to babies. These and several other reasons brought together women from across Imo State to mark this year's World Breastfeeding Day with a clarion call to promote exclusive breastfeeding.
0 to 6 months, amongst workers, our mothers and expectant mothers in our various communities, offices and so forth. Together, let us make exclusive breastfeeding.
Wife of the Governor of Imo State, Barrister Chioma Uzodimma, who was represented by the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Nkechi Ugu, urged women to remain resolute in ensuring proper breastfeeding of their babies across the state.
In our culture also, life is valued and children are cherished. Therefore, the culture has always been open to things that support life, and breastfeeding is one of them.
For breastfeeding mothers in Imo, an event like this gives them hope of a brighter future for their nursing children. Traco.
Breastfeeding will make my child to know when things are done right and when things are not done right, because when I give them only breast milk and I'm impacting natural milk into their brains, it will build their system, it will build their brain to grow more and more.
Highlights of the celebration include presentation of gifts from wife of the Governor of the Breastfeeding Mothers, cultural dance and 60 seconds breastfeeding competition by the breastfeeding mothers, amongst others.
And now in response to the controversy surrounding the Cancer Subversion Bill and other related draft legislation, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Abbas Tajuddin withdrew the piece of legislation. The clauses of the bill, which had only passed for first reading, surfaced in both traditional and online media, sparking controversies. The bill proposed a 25-year imprisonment or 10 million naira fine or both for any person convicted of making a statement or taking an action that leads to separatist agitation or intergroup or sectional conflict in the country. The Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare through the National Health Insurance Authority has disbursed 63 billion naira under the Basic Health Care Provisions Fund since the program began in 2019. This was disclosed during a presentation by the representative of the Director General of NHIA, Dr. Kelechi, at a media engagement in Abuja. According to NHIA, all 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory Abuja, have established state social insurance agencies. And now the United Nations Children's Fund and its partner have donated an oxygen plant and oxygen delivery device to the General Hospital in a Leme local government area of Rivers State. The plant can produce 720,000 liters of oxygen daily. Speaking at the commissioning and the handing over of the plant, the UNICEF Nigeria country representative Christian Motorwright says the initiative follows a comprehensive nationwide assessment of oxygen needs in health facilities across the 36 states of the country and the Federal Capital Territory. Motorwright further says the initiative is in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Health, Nigeria, the Canadian government, and the Rivers State government. In another development, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund says it will constantly review the 20,000 monthly stipends for Nigerian students based on economic realities. The Director of Corporate Communications of the fund, Osayemi Oluwatunji, made this known in an interview in Abuja. And now the Executive Chairman of the Nigerian Hajj Commission of Nigeria says the Commission Secretary are currently in the custody of economic and other financial crimes. We'll bring the news shortly after this break. Do stay with us. My thanks for sister with us on the News Prime. The Bauchi Emirate Council has stripped Senator Shehu Maru of his traditional title of Majidiyya Bauchi over alleged disrespect to Governor Bala Mohammed. Bubao, who represents Bauchi South Central District in the National Assembly, is a member of the All Progressive Congress APC, while Bauchi is under the control of the People's Democratic Party PDP. The lawmaker recently criticized Bauchi governor for tackling President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during a recent NBAD governors protest. Governor Alia of Benue State has warned the All Progressive Congress faction led by the state chairman hosting a gather of impending consequences if they proceeded with a scheduled meeting at the party's secretariat. It was reported that the party secretariat along the J.S. Taka Road in Makode was heavily besieged by security operatives and condoned off from both ends of the road by the stick-waving the youth who all diverted the traffic into the railway station market axis. And now the Finnish government has assured Nigeria of collaborations of the case of the factional leader of separatist indigenous people of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, who resides in Finland. The Finland's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Elina, provided this assurance during a press briefing in Abuja. Ekpa, who resides in Finland, leads the factions of IPOB known as Author Pilot, which has been pushing for the creation of an anti-state of Biafra encompassing Nigeria's southeast and part of the south-south regions. And now still on the News Prime, now to business news. President Bola Tinubu and Equatorial Guinea President Sariri Obiang has signed an agreement on the Gulf of Guinea pipeline project. Agreements cover the legislative and regulatory measures for the gas pipeline and establishment and operation transit of natural gas, ownership of the gas pipeline, and the general principles. Speaking at the event, President Tinubu is on a 3-day official visit to Equatorial Guinea, says the signing of the agreement will open up new opportunities for gas exploration and employment. The Defense Headquarters says troops have been deployed across farms in the northern part of the country, especially in the northwest and the north central. According to the military high command, the development is to ensure the adequate protection of farmers from bandit, terrorists, and other criminal elements. It was reported that farmers have been a major target for bandits and terrorists who leave them indiscriminately destroyed their produce, kidnapped and even killed them in some instances. The Academic Staff Union of Universities has cried out against the huge power bills paid by universities in the country, estimated at 275 billion naira annually, following the recent increase in the electricity tariff. National President Professor Emmanuel Osadike called for pay unit billing as the university's power bill rose by 300%, hitting the 21.480 billion naira monthly. The universities are on the Band A, where customers enjoy electricity for at least 20 hours daily. However, many of the universities have cried out over the soaring electricity bills following the new policy. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has disclosed that another 63 illegal refineries were recovered and confiscated in the past week. It was revealed in a documentary that the fight against oil theft was yielding result. According to the NNPC, about 177 incidents were recorded between August 3rd and 9th by different incident sources. It noted that during the week under the review, 19 illegal pipeline connections were recovered, while some underwent repairs across the several locations in Bayelsa and Rivers State. On the foreign scene, Venezuela's Electoral Council under fire after declaring a widely rejected election victory for President Nicolas Maduro, describing the United Nations report disputing the outcome as rigged and with lies. They proclaimed Maduro the winner with 52% of vote cast in July 28 poll without providing a detailed breakdown. Maduro's victory has been rejected by the opposition, the United States, European Union, and several Latin American countries. The anti-Maduro's protests in Venezuela have claimed 25 lives so far, with dozens injured and more than 2,400 arrested. The United States President Joe Biden shared a key economic victory with Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris after securing a cut in drug prices that could resonate with U.S. voters worried about the cost of living. The 81-year-old president and 59-year-old vice president announced their deal as they prepared to make the first joint trip since Biden's decision to drop out of the presidential election less than a month ago. In a joint statement released by the White, revealed that the historic agreement with drug makers will reduce the price of 10 key medicine for seniors for conditions including the diabetes, heart failures, and the blood clots. And our sport news, the Minister of Sport Development, John Enoh, has announced plans to thoroughly investigate the cause of Nigeria's performance at the recent Paris Olympics, and all disclosed that he will soon receive a report on the matter, expressing his disappointment that the team Nigeria returned from the Olympics without securing a medal. He attributed the loss to a lack of motivation, despite the fact that all Nigerian athletes participating in the game were well compensated. Another draw for the 2024-25 Carabao Cup Round 2 has been confirmed, as splitting the competition into the northern and the southern sections. The stage sees the entry of Burnley, Luton Town, and 13 other Premier League clubs not involved in European competitions alongside the winners from Round 1. According to the EFL, the Round 2 ties will be played in the week commencing August 26, 2024, with excitement building as teams vie for the prestigious trophy. And as we end the news prime, let's take a look at some of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has implored African leaders to make more strategic plans. UNICEF partners donate oxygen plants to Rivers Hospital. Business, Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea signed agreement on gas pipeline. And the Venezuelan electoral body followed the UN report on poll. And the sports minister to probe the Nigeria's performance. And the draw for the 2024-25 Carabao Cup Round 2 has been confirmed. And as a package on News Prime coming to you live from Nigeria's capital Abuja, we're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all streaming platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now sharing the screen. I'm Edika Michael. Many thanks for watching and stay with us on the news. See you again.